Hi, everyone. This is Professor Hall, and we are in week 13. We're on our final book, Tender at the Bone by Ruth Reichel. Now, I chose this book very specifically because I felt like, in comparison to a lot of the other things that we're reading, it helps us to end the class on a little bit of a happier, lighter note. Ruth Reichel, again, this is a memoir that takes place in the end of the 1950s through the 1970s. So part of it is also when Diane Lake and when Susanna Kaysen were writing about their experiences. But at the same time, Reichel has a much different perspective. She grew up as a Jewish girl in New York City to fairly wealthy parents, but we do have some of those same themes that we saw at the beginning of our course of parentification, of parental mental illness, and that kind of thing. The difference, I think, is that Reichel writes about these occurrences in kind of a humorous way. So she's at many times kind of making light of the situation. And she's got a little bit of a sarcastic edge to her at times. At other times, she's kind of, she's trying to be real, but she's just like, this is sort of how it was and how it happened and how it affected me. But I don't think that the ways that it affected her were quite as dark as some of the other things that we've seen. So it's very interesting that she's taking these same kind of themes, but weaving them together in a really different way. The other reason I picked this book is because in many ways, although her style is completely different from the very flowery descriptive style of Azar Nafisi, her book is a little bit like reading Lolita in Tehran. Reading Lolita in Tehran was a memoir told through books and through memories connected to those books and those literary discussions and experiences and insights. And this, Tender at the Bone, is a memoir told through food. So it's all about adventures at the table and remembering, as she starts with, the worst food she ever ate in her whole life. And she talks about that in, again, a very humorous way. And then moving on to experiencing different events and cultures and having the first meal with the person that you're going to marry, the first meal with the person who breaks your heart, the meal that you had that you can never, ever forget because it's tied some way to this really special memory, or a really mundane memory, but a really great plate of food, right? So all of those things are in this book. I think it's a great read, and I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to see your thoughts.